like yourself. Listen, would you help me out with this? No, I think it would help to clear things up a great deal. Would you help me?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Oh, come right on up here. Oh, this is great. Come stand right on up here. Well, what might your name be? Walter. Well, Sir Walter, thank you for agreeing to help me out. Oh, this is going to make things a great deal easier for me. All right, everyone. Sir Walter is a lad in my... Raleigh? Oh, I get it. Oh, boy. Oh, now, well, let's see. Oh, are you ready, Sir Walter Riley? Oh, are you ready? We'll give you a moment then to yourself. All right, well, let's see. You can relax for a moment. I'll do the work for all right?
Yeah.
Well, when I arrived in the village, your father was quite... I asked. Why, him, I'm telling you. He was half sticking out of the cave, as big as 4 cart horses, and all covered with shiny, deep blue scales. Curiously, though, he was resting his chin on his paws and seemed to be meditating quite poetically about things. Well, I've never heard of anything like that before. Well, then, the lad looked at me, then at his father and said, "This is your part. It's all right." Go ahead and say that.
What?
It's all right.
It's all right.
You don't have to worry.
You don't have to worry.
It's only a dragon, Father.
It's only a dragon, Father.
Very well done. Oh, yes. And, well, then he said he would introduce me to the dragon. Well, I mean, you can see my confusion, can't you? I mean, I've slain many a dragon in my day, but never before have I been introduced to one. He said that knights didn't understand dragons and that they were very sensitive. I mean, imagine that, a sensitive dragon. Well, anyways, we decided that we would go into the woods in search of this dragon. Oh, come along. Well, we continued deeper and deeper into the woods, and there we stopped and looked at each other and gasped. Ugh. You see, there was the dragon, sound asleep, and what's this? He's purring peacefully like a kitten. What do you make of that?
That's amazing.
I mean, none of our books of training ever told me that dragons purred. I was always taught that they roared. Well, you see, that's what they teach you your first day at night school. That's where you learn to be a knight, milady. Well, anyways, there was this dragon purring, and well, that's what we had to deal with. Well, before I could stop him, the boy rushed to the mouth of the cave and cried out, "Hello, dragon!"
Hello, dragon.
Just like that. And, well, then he introduced me. I don't know what to say to a dragon. Dragon, I am Sir Percival, and, well, we just come to look in on you and see how you were and that sort of thing. Stay there a moment, all right? Well, the dragon looked at me square in the eye, opened his mouth, and said, "Oh, no, not another night. Oh, please, just leave me be, won't you? Truly, sir, I am not interested in devouring damsels or chasing knights all over the place. I leave the fighting to the more earnest dragons. So just shoot, let me be." Well, I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I mean, what of the reports, the tales of murders, thefts, and captured princesses? Well, apparently these were all stories the villagers had just made up. Their dragon was, in fact, a very good dragon, wasn't he?
Yeah.
But they wanted to see a fight. So the villagers sent word to King Arthur, convinced him of the danger, just so he would send a knight, and they could witness the battle. I didn't know what to do. I mean, I couldn't leave. That would have been highly irregular, but... Well, I also couldn't fight him either. Oh, why don't you have a seat down here? Oh, you're welcome. Well, the dragon said, "I've never fought a day in my life, and well, I don't intend to start now, just to give everyone a Roman holiday." That's what he said, sir. Honest, I was there, you see. Just checking. More importantly, though, the dragon was the young lad's friend, and Well, he convinced me that the dragon was a real gentleman. Every inch of him, and oh, you won't believe this, but that he tells the most wonderful stories you've ever heard. Well, you know, now I was beginning to believe that perhaps all the wickedness in the world was not entirely bottled up inside dragons. So what were we to do, I asked? I mean, here were the dragon and I, almost face to face, each supposedly thirsting for each other's blood. I didn't see any way out of it exactly. So I stepped near the dragon and said, "My good dragon, now don't you think the simplest plan would be just to fight it out, you know, according to the rules, and let the best man win?" Well, I mean, after all, they were betting on him down in the village. But he refused. It's all nonsense and popular thick-headedness. No, there's absolutely nothing to fight about from beginning to end. And that ended that, so it seemed. But I thought a moment, knowing that there had to be a fight of some sort. I mean, well, that's just the way things are done, right? You just don't go around changing history when you like. Well, you see, I knew that I had to spear the dragon somewhere, but I wasn't bound to hurt him. So I suggested just behind the foreleg there, as well, it wouldn't hurt very much. Well, the dragon said, "Oh, oh no, oh, that won't do at all, for you are tickling me. Oh, and I might laugh and spoil the whole thing." Oh, sorry. And something like that. I thought at the time the dragon was being quite sensible, so we decided upon another suitable target. Never in my wildest imaginings, though, did I ever think I would confer or bargain with a dragon. But it was settled. There was to be a battle, and round 3 was to be the end of it. So, the next day, the villagers gathered. Oh, well, that's all of you, all right? You're all the villagers. So the next day, the villagers gathered for what they hoped to be a magnificent and quite proper dragon slaying. Oh, the lad and his father, they secured a good place down front, thank you, sir. Right this way. Best seats in the house, you know. There you are. You can witness the whole battle from there. We were all a bit nervous, though, weren't we?
Yeah.
I mean, could the dragon be depended upon? He might change his mind or be too nervous to show up. Well, I mean, this was, after all, his first public appearance. However, we needn't have worried, for out to the mouth of the cave came a bellowing roar and right proper cloud of smoke. The dragon pranced splendidly forth, shining, sea blue, and magnificent. The lad cried, "Well done, dragon!"
Well done, dragon.
I was a bit surprised myself. I didn't think the dragon had it in him. But the time had come. I mounted my horse, lowered my spear, dug my heels into my horse's side, and thundered off across the turf. Well, praying all the time, of course, that the dragon would stick to our agreement. The dragon charged with a roar, a great blue whirling of coils, snorts, clashing jaws, and fire. I startled the dickens out of them. Oh, my. Oh, dear. Where was I now? Missed, yelled the crowd.
Missed.
Yes, the
Yes.
dragon.
God, do the rest of you need to pay a little more attention next time? Well, it was the end of round 1, and well, how well the dragon managed it, I thought. But as I prepared for round 2, I peered through the settling dust and caught sight of the dragon's eye. And he winked. Well, as if to say, "You can trust me." Oh, no, I don't believe I shall tell King Arthur of this part, as, well, dragons don't normally wink at their opponents. Oh, my. Oh, here comes the exciting part. The battle continued as planned, and I took the dragon down in round 3. See, I had marked the spots under his neck exactly, you know, so there would be no chance of error. Well, the end came swiftly, and the dragon fell in a whirl of confusion. The crowd cheered, the dragon is down.
The dragon is down.
Much better. Well, it appeared so genuine that the lad and his father rushed to where the dragon lay to make certain he was all right. As they approached, the dragon lifted one large eyelid at the lad and winked and collapsed again. Oh. The lad was right. It had worked. Our plan had worked. Woo-hoo! 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 Well, I think we're making a spectacle out of ourselves here. Well, you see, I was happy because there had been a fight and I hadn't had to kill anybody. The dragon was happy because there had been a fight, but it didn't compromise his beliefs. The lad was happy, right?
Yeah.
Because there had been a fight, but neither of his friends had been hurt. And the villagers were happy, right?
Yeah.
Because there had been a fight, and, well, apparently you don't need any other reason for your happiness. Well, I certainly have gone on here, haven't I? Well, you, Sir Walter, you've helped a great deal. For as you can see, I have quite an account to tell. Oh, let's give him a hand for helping me out. I don't know what the court shall make of it. I mean, good dragons indeed. Oh, my. I bet you don't know why King Arthur's not here yet. I mean, he told me. Well, you don't suppose he's waiting for me somewhere else, do you? Oh, look, I thank you all for allowing me to wait in your company, but I'm afraid I must take my leave. Oh, boy. No, that's not funny. All right, it'll grow back. Oh, well, if the king's waiting for me elsewhere, I've got to go find him. Well, you just don't keep the king waiting, you know. It's not something you do. Well, again, I thank thee very much, and I bid you all a good day. Goodbye.